Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela. And so I am here to do, and it's super late, my card of the month for May of 2021. So I actually pulled the year ahead spread in January with my Bone Stone and Earth Flesh Tarot. And then I did a little something extra this year. Instead of just pulling the year ahead, I'm also doing the Mind, Body, and Spirit with the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck, which I've been really on top of things lately where I'm pulling the cards ahead of time and going over each card, going over the same card in other tarot decks, figuring out, what it means to me. I haven't had any of that time this year or this month. I didn't even pull from this deck yet. Which I will be doing here in a second. But I did want to talk about the card of the month, this month, and it is the King of Swords. And I will be reading what it says in the book about it, because the book is quite hefty. And if you don't know, it's the Bone Stone and Earth Flesh Tarot by Avalon Cameron, and it was illustrated by Anna Torian, which is just phenomenal. They did a phenomenal job on this deck. But the King of Swords to me, and I'll show you another couple cards here in a minute that relates to it. The King of Swords to me is all about, he's one with his mind. He's made his peace with, the demons in his head. He has cleaned them out, and basically he's at peace with his mind, the way I look at it. And that's been a really big struggle for me pretty much my whole life, is being at peace with the demons in my head. Being at peace with, hearing that little voice saying you're not good enough, you're not, special enough, you're not enough. And those little kind of demons that we all have. You're not pretty enough. You're not smart enough. And I feel like the King of Swords is that person that has come to grips with those demons, has cleared them out, or just stopped listening to them, and then they kind of die away. And I love that about the King of Swords. And, I think that's why I relate. I kind of resonate with the King of Swords more than any other card in the deck, because I know the demons he had to fight to have that clear mind. I'm still fighting that daily. And just the fact that this was my card of the month for the month of May, because I have had a lot of memories come up this month. I've had a lot of history come up in my mind, that just has taken its toll mentally on me. Because I don't want to live in the past, but sometimes the past will creep up no matter what. And that was the month of May for me. And I'm still struggling with it into June as well. With these past memories, these past thoughts, these past feelings. And I've been trying all year to change my thought patterns, change my habits, get rid of things that do not, benefit me. And so the month of May kind of brought all that to a head in a way. And it's carried over a little bit into June, a little bit. So I'm still struggling with it. I don't know if it's Mercury in retrograde either at the same time. I don't know. All I know is that it's quite fitting for this card for the month of May that I've had. So anyway, without further, and there's my dog right on time. Hold on one second. Okay, so I had to let her out. Sorry. She does this every time I start a video. So without further ado, let's look at the book and see what the book has to say about the King of Swords. King of Swords, Bone Stone and Earth Flesh Tarot, King Arthur. The essence, wise, astute, noble, sharp of mind, and expert decision maker, decisive leader, governance, authority, father, occult, teacher, wise, elder, counselor, cooperative, sympathetic, considerate, loyal, family-oriented, placid, jovial, clever, witty, bard, hypersensitive, sanctimonious, passive-aggressive, powerful, and business person. So all of the negative and positive aspects were in that spot there. So the narrative. Arthur was a great king whose ruler over his kingdom was legendary. Loved by his people, he ruled with dignity and nobility. There's my other dog, sorry. The kingdom thrived under his rule in all areas from agriculture to the arts. He was kind and gentle with others. His people looked up to him for wisdom. But Arthur was not always a king, and the trials and tribulations that shaped his legacy was indeed great. Perhaps this is what made him so humble. He was not born with a crown on his head. It was given to him by the people. Arthur was a chosen leader and a beloved one at that. In a reading, when the King of Swords appears in a reading, it can indicate that a time for hard and fast decision-making is upon you. Your wit and sharpness of mind will prove to be quite handy in a bind. The King of Swords may also suggest that you are coming into your own and tapping into a fountain of wisdom that will aid you in your endeavors. The King of Swords may also suggest that you have a natural aptitude or are being groomed as a teacher or of profound topics such as philosophy, spirituality, and the occult. Wow. That kind of gave me chills. Be prepared to tap into this wise elder in you and provide the necessary support to the people around you. The call to serve your community may be felt. By following this natural inclination, you may find yourself in a position of governance that suits you perfectly. Another aspect of the King of Swords is that of the family man. You may be called on to parent either literally or figuratively. Be kind with others during this time, as you never know the struggles that others have faced to face in their lives. True, true, true. Being gentle and curious will go a long way in helping another to restore their faith in the human race. Wow. That's a powerful card. Powerful. Sorry, I had to get a drink. Wet my whistle. As a person, the King of Swords is a natural leader. Even when he doesn't try, others will stop and listen and follow his instruction to the letter. He is a fantastic decision maker. He finds the task easy not because he is detached and heartless, but because he knows that decisions are a part of everyday life. They are not personal. Wow, I've said this. Oh, this is crazy. I feel like it is me. He has a fatherly, wise man way about him, a way that makes you feel as though he can be trusted. You may also find that he is a wonderful listener and a strong counselor. He is an honest person motivated by the truth in all things. In the reverse position, when the King of Swords appears reverse in your reading, it can suggest exploitation. You may end up dealing with a selfish character who is motivated only by helping himself. A person with no allegiances, no causes. He is selfish and dishonest, as such not to be trusted. The reverse King of Swords may also suggest that corruption is rife in high places. Seeking to profit from a situation like this could prove detrimental to your civil liberties, and incarceration may be the result. White-collar crime is still crime. The reverse King of Swords may also suggest that you're dealing with selfishness and the fickle attitudes of others. You may also be dealing with an individual or an institution that is refusing to take responsibility for their actions. Yeah, I've been there recently with someone. Alternatively, the reverse King of Swords may suggest an unimaginative period. You may find that your head is in the clouds and that your daydreaming is hindering your actions. You may be dealing with the lack of follow-through, which can lead to disappointment, no matter how expected. Lastly, you may be fooled into sharing sentimental secrets with the wrong person. Be very careful whom you give your trust to at this time. Wow. And the journal prompts, which I never seem to actually make it to before now, says, are you in possession of natural leadership talents? I think I am. I have been told that before. If you were to speak to the wisest of elders, what would they say to you? Probably let it go, because that's been my theme since I started reading tarot. Yeah, let it go. Let go. let go and trust. Let go of your control and just trust. What is your relationship with your father like? We're acquaintances. Are you a fair and gentle communicator? Yes, I am. Do you strive for truth? And if anybody's watched my channel before, you know the answer to this is I seek absolute truth. Absolute, all-consuming, no matter how painful it is to hear, I seek truth above all else. So that is so true. So let me pull the mind, body, and soul from this oracle deck and see how well it fits with this card. Ask my guide to step through, work with me and the deck to pull the mind, body, and soul. And it flipped over for me. And I've had this one before. She feels she knows. I'm always getting that card, I feel like. So, big, bold vision is for the mind. And I feel that goes quite well with that. It's got this, you have a vision of what your life should be like or what it will be. And then I love that is the power of attraction. It's getting moving. This is for the body, getting moving, knowing that you can attract things to you. Knowing that you can attract that vision to you. Having that power to know that. And then she feels she knows. Of course, it always comes down to emotion, because I am a very emotionless person most of the time. I'm very analytical. But the King of Swords knows that balance. He's got the head and the heart combined. He works with them in a balance. And that's what I'm always striving to do, is balance head and heart. And you can have this big, bold vision. You can have the power of attraction, but without no heart, without feeling it, it could just lay flat and not go anywhere, because you don't have this feeling in your bones that it's something that is going to happen. So I find that quite interesting here. So, there's a dog hair on my thing, because she sheds a lot. Sorry about that. So, I find that quite interesting. Quite interesting. But, I don't have any more, really things to talk about like I normally do, because I just wasn't prepared for this card this month. But I did pull some other cards of other decks that I like of the King of Swords. And my number one favorite of all time is my Light Seers. And I've talked about him before, how he's one with nature and the animals, but he's also alone. He's got all this wisdom, with the owl. He's got all this wisdom of the nature, and he's spiritually inclined with everything, but he's also alone. And I love this King of Swords. He's very handsome too, for a silver-haired guy. Love that. And then we have from my Elemental Wisdom Tarot. Reminds me of Game of Thrones. These are the backs of this card. Gorgeous. And then we have the Mermaid Tarot. Yeah, I love him because he's just all ice. It's awesome. From the Apocalypsis Tarot. That's awesome. It's like this Viking dude. It's awesome. Awesome. And he's like in the snow and woods too. From the Dreamscapes Tarot. And I just find him weird. He's got like multiple hands. And he's in this suit. I love it though. Spirit Song Tarot. King of Feathers. And there's keywords as logic and justice. And that's quite fitting for him. from the Tarot de la Nuit. It's a female. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. From the Pagan Otherworlds. And I love that he's wearing this like bear. He went and hunted and killed it himself, and he's like wearing it. I love it. Love it. Love this primal feel of that card. And then I had to throw an RWS in there. I had to. From my favorite RWS deck, the 2.0 Tarot. Just the colors are so bright and beautiful. I love it. And I know this one was a bit rushed. It's a bit more rushed than I would have preferred, like in the last one. But we're here on the 13th, and I still haven't done the month of May card yet. So I've still got to start working on May's card, which I don't even remember what it was at this point. Hopefully next month I'll be able to do better for you guys. Do a little bit more in-depth stuff. My job still hasn't slowed down. I've pretty much been working overtime since January hit. It's just now starting to slow down a little, so hopefully I'll have more time this month, even though the month is almost half over. So yeah, it just seems like this year, the last couple months has been snowballing. It's just been flying by. But anyways, if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. And if you want, you can send me the King of Swords from the deck you're working with right now. Check it out. Thanks, and you guys have a great afternoon. Bye.